Hi my lovely friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to tell you a little bit about my secondhand mania, because people have been asking me a lot and all the time where I get my clothes. So it's not only secondhand, but most of it is secondhand. So I want to talk with you about that, as well as a few changes to my channel. So stay tuned, it's coming right up. Yeah, so here we are again in the studio, and it feels like I'm here all the time, or I'm sitting at the computer all the time editing, or I'm fighting the internet provider to give me some service so I can upload my videos. It has been so crazy, and that brings me exactly to my dilemma and the changes that I have to make to my channel in order to protect myself. So here is what it is. I have to go down to 2 videos per week because I just cannot do it right now to provide 3 videos. It's just too much. I can't. It has been a little bit much lately because, yeah, so I mentioned that my husband is traveling for work, and the kids are at home for the summer vacation, and my studying makeup, having to go to the college, and like all kinds of stuff going on. And then the technical problems with my equipment and with the internet provider, that it takes me literally a whole day or sometimes even more to upload one lousy video to YouTube. It's unbelievable. So I'm basically in a constant state of stress to film one, edit one, upload it, and release it. And then the second it is released, I have to already get down to business and work on my next video. And my family is suffering, and I'm honestly, it's not healthy for myself to be in this constant state of stress. Like my stomach is like in a constant knot, and it's not healthy. So what I have to do is I have to reduce from to go from 3 times a week to 2 times a week. So what I'm gonna do is, probably, I'm not yet settled on the days yet when I'm releasing videos from now on. It's probably gonna be either Sunday and Thursday or Monday and Thursday. And one of them is, of course, a wrapping tutorial and Leora's latest looks, and the other one will be some kind of beauty related or lifestyle related subject that we're dealing with. So I hope that's going to be okay for you. And I know that some of you are really waiting for my uploads, which is so nice and sweet and flattering. And I don't want to let anyone down, but I also have to make a smart decision, especially now over the time of the summer vacation. And then we'll see what happens in the fall, when also my little baby starts to go to kindergarten for the first time, and I will actually have a few hours in the morning where I can get some work done and maybe also do the filming and don't have to film at nighttime anymore. So we'll see how this whole thing goes. But for now, for the next, let's say, 2 months at least, I have to go down to 2 videos per week in order to keep my sanity and keep my health. So I hope everybody understands. And now we're going into the whole topic of my secondhand shopping. So, as I said in the intro, people constantly ask me where I get my clothes. And it's very, very easy. I go secondhand shopping, and that is so much fun for me. This is so much fun. I love stuff that has a history. And I never thought I would be like that, because I only started about a year ago to go secondhand shopping, and a friend got me to do it because she was into it and she already knew the places to go and whatever. And I was very hesitant. I was very hesitant because I thought, first of all, I don't deserve to do this because I'm not poor. That was like my first block in my head, that I cannot do that. Only poor people or needy people are deserving to go to stores like that. And of course, that's bogus, you know? So, and I had to get that out of my head, and that was a little bit hard. And then, of course, also the fact that stuff there is not necessarily clean, and I am a yeke, you know, I'm a very like I'm a clean person, and I like things very orderly and very like I cannot have stuff that disgusts me. I can't. I thought. And as it turns out, I got over that too, because it's just too much fun to get stuff that you never thought you would get and you would never thought you would get for that price. So I developed a system that worked for me, or that works for me, and I'm just going to share that with you. And it's not something like you don't need a university degree to figure that out, but just, you know, putting it out there and sharing it, and maybe it'll help you too. Okay, so what I do when I go secondhand shopping, I basically take everything that I think that I need or that I want, like I do a total delete in my brain. Because let me give you an example. One time my mom came to visit, and I told her, come on, let's go to the secondhand store. And she went with that idea, okay, I have that brown skirt and I really, really need a blouse to go with that. And that's a mistake. So basically, she went through all the rows of clothing and she couldn't find anything because she had that picture in her mind what she needs to go with that skirt. And she didn't find anything. She basically, after we were done, she walked out of the store and had nothing. And I had like a whole big bag full of stuff. And here's why. I did that total delete in my brain and went there with a completely open mind, because my motto for going grocery shopping, yeah, right. My my motto for going secondhand shopping is ta-tam, see the potential. That's what you have to do. You have to look over all the things that are like hindering you and see the potential. And basically, for example, this one here, you're only seeing the top part. It's a very, very cute top. And I found that yesterday when I went, what do I have for the grocery shopping? I guess I'm really hungry. I was about to say grocery shopping again. I went secondhand shopping yesterday. So, and I found this and I found a lot of other stuff. And yeah, so would I have picked out something like this 2 years ago? No, I wouldn't, because I was too stuck in what is in fashion and what other people are wearing. And, you know, and now that I'm picking through stuff that people have disposed of already, I find so much stuff that is totally my thing, because all these other people are wearing what is in fashion right now, and they're going through this whole thing that they have to look like a weird army of robots that all look the same, because they are all following fashion and they are all in this world, and I cannot be in that place. It really, really makes me sick personally, and I feel it kills my creativity and it kills my soul. So that's why that whole concept of going to a store where you can find stuff that is not in fashion anymore and that have people got rid of it makes so much sense for me, because I also feel that years ago fashion was so much better and so much cuter and so much more variety, and yeah, so it just makes sense for me to do that. And I find so much cute stuff because I don't go there knowing, okay, this is what I have and this is what I have and this is what I have, and I need to find something to match that. I'm just going there, and when I see a piece like this, I just think about only that piece. And then when I'm at home and I see my clothes and like I go to that mental playground, then I match it up with different kinds of patterns and different kinds of colors, and then that is actually where the fun begins. Once I've taken everything that I found home and I've put it through a really, really good wash, and it starts to smell like clothes should smell, then I consider it mine, and only then I can like think about bringing it together with whatever I owned already. So basically, when you go to a secondhand store, bring some hand sanitizer. Well, sometimes the clothes stink and it's really disgusting. Like sometimes I think, wow, why does it need to smell like sweat, like old dirty sweat? That is, it is, ugh. Because even, I'm donating a lot of clothes. Every few months, I'm going through everything I have and I'm just getting rid of a whole lot of stuff, like a decluttering thing that I actually need space wise, and I also need it for my soul because I need that flow. I need stuff to go out so new stuff can come in. And it's sort of also like kind of a concept of blessing, because with your stuff I'm giving it to charity, so other people get blessed with my stuff, and then like there's a space for new blessings to come into my lives. Wow, how many lives do I have? Anyway, I'm just blooper lady. Okay, doesn't matter. Um, so that's the whole, like, the idea behind it. Declutter and make space for new blessings to come into your life. So back to my point, what I wanted to say is when I donate stuff, it is freshly washed and there is nothing broken and nothing ripped off. And I do not understand that some people donate stuff that stinks like sweat. I mean, I guess there is the possibility that people who tried it on in the secondhand store were really sweaty and that's why it stinks. But what one hears, the horror stories that people who actually work in secondhand stores say, what they find in those bags with donated clothes and donated stuff is really, really disgusting. Like one of the sales ladies told me that she actually found a full diaper in the bag. I mean, really? That you know, it's hard to believe, but yeah. So go prepared, and it helps me to think, okay, once I have this stuff, I'll just take it straight to the laundry machine, and I don't mix it with any other laundry that might still be lying around. I only do the laundry, what I just bought from the secondhand store, and only then it will touch anything I own. So, yeah, but most of my clothes that I wear on my blog, on my fashion blog, are actually secondhand, and you wouldn't necessarily, think that if you don't know it. Plus, I also go there without restricting myself too much to a certain size. Okay, like a top like this, it has to fit, otherwise it's just gonna look stupid. But for skirts, or for the style of skirts I'm wearing usually, I can go for bigger sizes and just alter it, like do a few stitches in the back or whatever, which is really, really easy because I'm usually wearing a long skirt and a shorter one on top. So if I have to alter the long skirt and like pull it in the on around the waistline, and it doesn't matter even because I don't have necessarily very good alteration skills. I own a sewing machine. I have not used it ever since I owned. Like I can't. I don't know how to do it. Someone showed me once and I forgot. So so for me, I'm not very like restricted in sizes. Another question came up just yesterday. My dearest friend and follower and fellow queen Sonia asked me, how do you actually try on stuff? You know, wearing a wrap and being restricted. I don't have that problem really, because most of the things that I find in the stores, I do not need to try on, because I know I'm going for either size small or size medium, and so I'm usually fine with that. And if I buy something bigger, I know I can like alter it. And worst case, if I really have to try something on and it doesn't have like a big enough how do you say that, hole, so I can like put it over my wrap, then I just take all the things that I want to try on and go and how do you call it in English? The place where you get changed, the changing the cabins. I don't know how to call that thing. Anyway, when I go and get changed and try stuff on, then I'll just take this off and try it on everything, and then I put it back on. So yeah, so that's what I do. Now, is it called a changing room or changing chamber? you, you feel free to let me know how it's called. I know the word in German, I know the word in Hebrew, but English, it just escaped. I don't know. It's just really early, so I'm not sleeping enough, you know? It's really, really brings me back to the whole topic of me having to make changes to my channel. It's just, I need more sleep. Anyway, yeah, so that is basically all I can say about the shopping. It just makes sense to me, and it also it financially it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you know, I have 7 kids, and the older ones, I have to buy stuff for them. You know, the younger ones can wear off what the other ones leave, like you know, hand me downs, but the older ones, they need clothes, and I personally, my handbags are secondhand. My scarves mostly are secondhand. My shoes are mostly secondhand. Like basically, I go for everything what I can find secondhand except underwear. So here it is. You know, you're secondhand lady. um, so I would say something like 80% of my clothes are secondhand. And then there are maybe 10% that I get as an exchange for modeling, sort of as payment for modeling. And the other 10% are things that I buy with my own money. So so that's it, you know. And I really stand by it, and I really enjoy it, and I think ever since I started doing it a year ago, it has brought a lot of blessing into my life, and it also helped me to learn how to let go of stuff and not like crazy hold on to stuff. I have an experience about getting rid of all my baby clothes that I was storing that I want to share with you. That was in the very beginning of me trying to declutter. And it was so hard because, okay, I have 7 kids, but it was very hard for us to have children, believe it or not. And I held on to everything that was related to the subject of babies. I could not let go of it. And when I made the decision, or when my husband and I made the decision, we do not want to have more children, or we cannot possibly handle more children, um, there was no need for me to hold on to all those newborn clothes and basically everything that my youngest, my 2-year-old, has grown out of. There was no need to hold on to that anymore. Plus, our storage room was exploding with clothes. With every new season, we had to buy more clothes for the oldest ones, and there was still everything piling up from the little ones that they had grown out of a long time ago. So it just didn't make sense. And I was really scared of going to that place of actually having to give stuff away. I was super scared. Because all of these last years, I've been basically only living for getting pregnant or being pregnant or nursing or being in a place of having very, very small children. And yes, some of my children are still very small, but I'm not having an actual baby, that we have passed. So, um, but let's face it, like newborn clothes, what it does to you when you just look at them, you go to that instant place, right? It's like, you can't help it. It's like seeing a newborn, you just want to hug it, and it gives you, it brings all of your hormones alive, doesn't it? Like, you're right. Anyway, so when I decided that I need to declutter in order to grow and in order to be free and in order to bring other blessings into my life now, I went into the basement with big garbage bags and opened the storage boxes that are nicely labeled, newborn till 3 months, 3 months to 6 months, 6 months to 9 months, 9 months to 12 months. I have those boxes, um, and I said to myself, Leora, you're allowed to feel the pain. It is okay that you held on to all of this. It was a very hard time of your life, but now someone else is allowed to make memories with your stuff. It is okay. You spent all this money and you cherished it, but now set it free so it can bring blessing to someone else, and that makes you also receive blessings in return. And I cried. Every time I reached into the box and lifted something out and put it into the bag that was supposed to go to charity, I said to God, I'm taking this and I'm giving it to charity, and I ask you for health. I'm taking this, I'm giving it to charity, and I'm asking you for a good income. I'm taking this, so I was basically, I was praying the whole time, basically, and crying while I was doing it. And I actually let myself feel the pain because I I knew if I push the pain down and ignore it and just say, "Come on, Leora, you are bigger than that. You're a grown woman. Don't cry about baby clothes. You don't need to do that. Just let it go. Be an adult." You know? No, I wanted to feel the pain because I knew if I keep that pain stuck in myself, I will not be happy about it, about what I'm doing, and I'm just ignoring my feelings and ignoring my needs, and I would not have been okay with that. So I actually let myself feel the pain, and after I spent like 2 hours crying and just getting rid of basically the whole newborn till 1 year selection of clothes that I had, and I filled something like 4 bags or something, or 5 bags, and I took it out of the out of the storage room and got it to the car. I felt so proud of myself, and I felt so much better. And from then on, it was easy. Once that first barrier, that first block was out of the way, I felt such a freedom and such a happiness coming into my life. And from then on, that secondhand shopping, when I was ready to give, the receiving part was so much easier. So, yeah, so I'm going to leave it with that. I hope that helps you. If secondhand shopping is something you might want to consider, or maybe not, maybe it was just, even though you don't want to do it, maybe it was just interesting to listen to me ramble on about it. It's just an experience that I made in the last year of my life, and it happened to be a very important experience for myself, and because the question came up, so I just wanted to address it and go a little bit deeper into the whole subject. So, my friends, time to wrap this up. Yeah, so back to that initial topic about changing things in my channel. So I really, really hope you are not too upset about this, and maybe you don't care, but for those of you who do care, I really don't want to lose you, over this. I'm really trying to do my best, and I want to make sure that you get the best of me and not just leftovers. So please understand that I have to make, at least temporarily, I have to make that change to my channel. And please stay subscribed. And whoever is new, please subscribe, because I really want to give you my best and I want to give it all. And but I also have to just keep in mind that there are 7 kids that also want my all, and my husband, and my studies, and I want to keep learning and I want to keep growing, and I want to also keep growing this channel. So the weird thing is, everything is super important to me, and in everything I want to give 100% or 120%. And yeah, so obviously I have to make smart decisions, otherwise something is going to suffer, and we don't want that. We don't want Leora to be a burnt out queen that is not able to do anything anymore. So it's going to be 2 uploads per week, which I think is still very great and wonderful. And that means the next upload is going to be a wrapping tutorial and Leora's latest looks, either on Sunday or on Monday. I have to see how it goes, and I'll let you know. Then once I settle for one day, I will let you know which one it's going to be. And yeah, so leave your comments in the comment section. Leave your questions or suggestions, what you want to see, what you want me to talk about. I also hope that next week maybe we can go back into actually doing makeup. So this is it. We'll meet each other again for the next Leora's latest looks and wrapping tutorial. I'm looking very much forward to that, and I'm looking forward to being in front of the camera. I just cannot be in front of the camera all the time. It's just, Anyway, I'm really, really like to building this little kingdom, and may it grow and may it be blessed and may it just be a very good place for all of us. And till I meet you again on my phone. And up until I meet you again, right here, this place, best place to be. Hugs and kisses. Bye.